Welcome to the Now Debate. I'm Jared Walters and I'm here with Richard Oliver. How are you, Richard?
Very good.
Well, hopefully this episode is going to be a little bit more upbeat than last week's episode. We are actually recording this ahead of time, so we're not able to give any updates in regards to that because we're actually recording this essentially about an hour after recording last week's episode. But at this point, we're going to take a different direction on this episode, and we're going to focus on the dangers of the paranormal and paranormal investigating, how to get started, and just talk about the paranormal in general. And you would have also seen the Old Hospital mini-series that's gone up on our YouTube channel. Just search for Paranormal Now on YouTube, and please subscribe and click the bell if you want to get notified of when we upload videos. We upload at least 3 to 4 videos a week, all jam-packed full of different paranormal evidence. But our hospital, should we have a chat about the hospital first?
Yeah. What an amazing location. The weirdest thing is we thought we had nothing.
No, you can see in the video we're completely oblivious to it, essentially, aren't we?
Yeah.
You know, we thought it was, we had a couple of ghost box responses, and we had a couple of, it's the first time really, it's the second time, because we did kind of do it on a whim, didn't we, on a case a couple of weeks back. But it's the first time really we gave the portal and the ghost radar the run around, didn't we?
Yeah.
So, that was, what was your thoughts on the EVP we caught?
Well, I mean, I've listened to hundreds and hundreds of EVPs, and that is weird how we don't respond to it, and the way it sounds.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's there.
In the room.
Yeah, it's right next to us. Like, as you get some EVPs, I mean, they sound distant. Yeah. They sound like they're otherworldly. They sound like they're coming through the machine or from something else, or they didn't. You can tell they're in a frequency we're not hearing. But that sounds like you should have heard it. It sounds like it was like somebody standing there going, "Ooh," whatever they were saying.
Are you with us or not? Be warned.
And it's pretty cool. I mean,
I would probably say that was one of the best EV. And I'm not going to say it's big-headedly, right? But just hand on heart, I think that's one of the best EVPs that we've... I'm going to play it for you guys now. I'm actually going to play it. We're going to play it right now. And let us know in the comment section below what you guys think. So just going to play it now. Sound like you were wheezing.
I think we're pretty much...
Pretty much. So what did you guys think about it? Because it says something along the lines of, our best guess is, are you with us or not? Be warned. I know it's quite a stark warning, and I think it's one of the clearest EVPs that I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's good. I've done a few cases. I done one in Cardiff, and the EVPs on that were quite crazy. I mean, like I said before, the first EVP we ever heard was crazy. But that is different, that one is, because I've heard they normally sound like I've said, they're communicating from in a sound we can't hear. But that one is a pretty good EVP. I've got to be honest. It's astonishing. I mean, the place was pretty good.
Well, it's an abandoned hospital ward, isn't it? Yeah.
Won the award.
Oh, it was definitely creepy. It was creepy to be there.
Yeah.
And I think that was reflected on camera. And it was definitely experience to go and do that, and not one to do if you're not entirely sure how to get about starting with the paranormal, because there are dangers to it.
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be somewhere I would genuinely go first.
No.
If from my point of view, I mean, if you have never witnessed anything to do with the paranormal, never ever, and you're just curious and then you'd like to witness it, then we've said this before in other videos, just go out, don't take any equipment, and just go for a personal experience. But remember that there is such a thing, from our point of view, there is a paranormal, and there's different levels to it. and you really need to be careful what you're asking for. Because once you see something, you can never unsee it.
No.
And some experiences, from our own point of view, can be terrifying. They really can. And you've got to watch who you're contacting and what you're contacting.
Because, a spirit can tell you it's, Aunt Edna or, Uncle Derek. But you don't know for absolute certainty. Even as a medium, really, we don't know for absolute certainty. Part of it is taken on faith.
Yeah.
But you get as much validation as you possibly can from it. And I think that's... I'm not suggesting that you have to train to be a medium first. What I am suggesting is you do honour the fact that you are dealing with something otherworldly and you prepare yourself for that. You know how to protect yourself. You know how to identify when... because spirits can attach, like Sean Durham says, people are haunted more than places.
Yeah.
And I think you found that as well.
Yeah.
And even like seasoned veterans, I would probably say I've been doing it for 5 years now. Yeah. You've been doing it for probably about 3 times that long, and we can still even get attacked. Whilst doing it.
There's things out there. We've only just scraped the tip. We're just at the top. I'm just sort of like looking through glass at it.
Yeah.
It's we haven't broken glass yet.
No.
So and the things we've come across have been so profound, and have a real effect on our lives. They really do affect our lives, and I know so many stories of people who've done things with the paranormal and have had such bad outcomes.
Can you give some experiences, I think, for...
I know someone who did a live EVP, used a laptop, there's a thing called the EVP Maker app, and he did a live EVP without didn't do any protection prayers or setting his intentions or anything, and he asked Spirit to come through, and something come through, and he told them such bad news about future events. And it caused activity, it caused friends to fall out, it just caused such dramas. And it was all stemmed from that incident of using that EVP Maker app, because it was used incorrectly.
Ouija boards are another example. The amount of times how many mediums or paranormal investigators that we've spoke to, will have that as a bugbear. People will contact us and go, what's the safest way to use a Ouija board? Not to.
Yeah.
It's the safest way to use a Ouija. Not to until you're absolutely damn sure what you're doing. Yeah. And still then, if you are going to do it, if you have to do one, which I don't think these days, you have to do it.
Yeah.
Use it only for validation. So do not ask it something that you don't already know the answer to.
We get complacent in life. Once you do something so many times, you do get complacent, right? And when it comes to contact in spirit, that is something you should never ever get complacent with.
No,
we've done things and we forgot to do protection prayers.
Yeah.
And this stuff has happened to us just from getting to do a protection prayer, because they're waiting. These things, these forces, and these dark things are waiting to pounce on you for the littlest mistake.
Well, we had it. We're going to do a feature coming up soon, based around the grounds of the it's the Blue Waters near Castle Cork, and we've got a series of videos now from 2013 to the present day. And the last investigation that we did there, if anyone's seen our video on mimicking, I'll link to it in the description below, but that was taken at near the Blue Waters. But we've got a series of videos that I'm going to be working on in the next couple of weeks, so please subscribe to get that. Cheap plug. But when we were going back from that, I left myself open very briefly, and something attached to me, and literally I was under attack for a couple of days, and that is something. I'm very lucky that I had people around me that knew what they were doing, because it was dragging me down very, very, very quickly, and I had literally gone to the point where within like 34 hours after going, so 36 hours after going, I'm sat there talking to Sam, and Sam said, would you actually commit suicide then? And I'm screaming in the back of my mind, no, of course I wouldn't. Of course I wouldn't. And I can't, the mechanism from my thought to my mouth to actually say those words is just not working. It's just being blocked. And when she finally managed to remove the attachment from me, which was very, very dark, powerful spirit, I was coughing for about, I think you actually rung me at that point, and I was having a coughing fit for about 35 minutes because just all this crap coming out of me. And I know others who've had that, and this the activity, the level of dark activity is getting worse.
Well, it's the world, isn't it? I mean,
yeah,
it is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. But I mean, it is good. The scary part is it's going to increase.
Yeah.
I mean, this is right now probably is nothing to how bad it's going to get, because there's so many bad news stories out there.
Yeah, and it's creating people to create the doorways for these things to come in.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't think I'm not saying that these things are creating these bad events, because it's like anybody that says, "Oh, the devil made me do it." Yeah. The devil can only suggest you. Yeah. It's you that has to act on it. Mm-hmm. But they are having an influence on us, socially and physically. Yeah. And magnifying these feelings that are inside us regardless. Yeah. So, I mean...
So what can people do if they actually... First of all, and I'm gonna hand you the floor on this, because you are probably the more seasoned veteran than I. First of all, if someone wants to get into the paranormal, they actually want to get involved with it, they have a calling or a passion for it, what would you say would be your advice to them to get started and get started safely?
Right. Get yourself something that you believe will protect you. Right? It's so important, right? Whether it's... Because if you're spiritual, you'll have a sense of spirit anyway, right? Yeah. But there are people who are out there completely skeptical about anything. Yeah. And they're atheists, and they're going out there and doing it. Yeah, right. Which is
good, because it's always good to have that balance. And we've got people on our team that are not fully believers, that are agnostic about it, and it's good.
Yeah, they. But what I'm saying is, they are being attacked as well. Yeah. Right? So if you and it's making them believe in something from a negative. Yeah. So I would learn about spirit and myself. Always look inwardly first, right? If you're going to start anything, look inwardly, and what are your reasons for getting into it. If you just want to, a thrill or whatever, think it's going to be a buzz, then I would suggest you don't do it.
No, and if you're going to do it, and more fool you, essentially.
Yeah, right. You are going to kill yourself. You're going to end up contacting someone like me, and I'm going to have to come and help you. Do you know what I mean? That's what usually happens.
And you'll get to a point where you'll get a turn off, do it again, and we won't help you, won't waste no time.
Well, yeah, I mean, there is a point where you come to, and we've done this on other cases, where you go, right, enough's enough now. Yeah. If you don't stop asking out, I can't help you no more. If you don't stop doing these things, then I can't help you. Like I can't change you. You have to change. I'm not going to keep coming back here, because every time you do it, it gets stronger. You give it the upper hand. So, from that point of view. But I would learn about spirituality, look inwardly and see what you believe in, reflect on it, and learn meditation and stuff to calm your mind. Yeah. Because there's one thing you don't want to happen, is when these things take influence, is having your mind going everywhere. Yeah. And once you start to do these things and
you don't necessarily have to believe in spirit, but learn how to calm your mind. Yeah, learn how to calm yourself.
Look at yourself.
Be objective. Yeah. And also, if you're gonna do it, don't. If you have an ulterior motive and you want to go in there just to sort of take the piss out of people, then you're gonna get hurt by it. Yeah. And I don't take my word for it. Try it, and when you get hurt, then give us a shout.
Don't get me wrong. Witnessing the paranormal is spectacular. It's beyond. It makes you feel part of something that is otherworld, like bigger than what you could ever think you are.
Yeah.
It makes you feel part of something amazing. It's a privilege. It's a privilege, because a lot of people don't experience it, and it is amazing. And you know, obviously, there's another downside to that, is telling others if you experience something, how they're going to perceive it, because you know, people do think we're nuts. No getting out of it.
Yeah, I don't care, but yeah.
Yeah, that's another sort of danger.
Yeah.
Is you experience something that you really you experienced, and you believe it wholeheartedly, but telling others can be a bit, you know, put a bit of a downer on it. But yeah, look inwardly and learn about yourself and spiritual, why you want to do it, and learn about like protection. Learn the basics, protection, before you do anything. Learn what it is you need to protect yourself. It's like if you bought a car that was notorious for rolling over, right? And the statistics were that 99.9% of the time the cars roll over. You know, if you bought one, you're asking for it. So look into the paranormal. Look at things that have happened, other stories where bad things have happened, and what they did, and you need to learn all that before you start.
Look at the good things as well. It's like, you know, the amount of times we've done the paranormal, and very rarely will we come across something dark. A lot of the times, really endearing. Like the one that went into Fate and Fortune last year when we took the boy.
Yeah,
you know, that was a fucking amazing story.
Yeah.
You know, we were doing an investigation, and we come across this little boy who showed us where his mum lived, and led us across, you know, a 2 mile distance. We didn't know where the hell we were. We just completely followed the spirit, knocked on this door, and gave a message to this boy's mum, and that's all he wanted. Like, and you know,
but the reason I say that is because you could have 1,000 good experiences, and one bad, right?
Well, which one are you going to think of? And
the one bad is going to change the 1,000 good.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. You need to get that into your mindset, because you're prepared for it. And you know, if there's something, trust your instincts. Always trust your instincts. I've said this before in other videos.
Yeah.
If you're going somewhere and you think, oh no, there's something not quite right here, I don't feel right, don't go in there. Don't go and tempt it, or push it,
or bait it.
Yeah, just leave it. Just forget about it. You could go in there and you could get things floating about, and amazing activity and banging and knocking, but there's a good chance it's going to do something to you.
Yeah,
there is a good chance of that. That's what it wants. It doesn't just want to get. It's not a clown, or you know what I mean. It's not just there for your entertainment.
No,
it's there for the purpose to get something from you. So.
And that goes for good spirits as well. You know, they are not just there to make, you know, bangs and knocks. So, oh great, we're going to go to, I don't know, Margam Castle, for example, and we're going to make some knocks and bangs and stuff, and it's going to be all cool, and we can have entertainment here. You know, these are people. These are, you know, if you're getting intelligent responses via the EVP, via the ghost box, via you know, different apps, by you know, when you're getting, you know, something intelligent is happening to you on a paranormal level, there is an intelligence behind it. So don't say is kind of you know, some sort of sentience and stuff. You know, there's some sort of sentience behind it, and you got to respect that. You got to respect it.
Respect is a big part of the paranormal.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You will actually, it might take a bit longer, but you will get better activity. And I think the reason we get so much good activity now, because when we can go to a case and we can think we've got nothing, excuse me, like that hospital case, and we'll get it because we've got our energy up to that point where something bad is going to try and have a go at us. Because it knows we've done so much good, and it's going to want to take you down. You've put a blip up on the radar, as a friend's pussy. But something good is also going to want to get your attention, because they know it can help them, or they know, you know what I mean. And you just go in there with that sort of intent. It's like, I want to go back to that hospital. I want to go back to that hospital because it genuinely, looking back at the videos, it genuinely felt that something wanted our help. Something did not want us to be there, but something else didn't want us to go either.
It's like, just going back there quickly, it's like saying please and thank you for responses and contact. To them, as far as we know, it could be like running a 25-mile marathon.
Yeah.
For them to make contact with you. It could take that much effort, right? So, saying thank you, we thank you for your evidence you've shown us, and you just be respectful of what it takes for them to contact you, and you start to just respect it full stop. But that is important.
I'm gonna break this now because it's 2015, but we did actually get asked to leave for crossing spirit over once on a paranormal investigation.
Yeah, we did.
We got asked to leave for getting rid of someone else's ghosts. I'm not sure if we actually put this on a previous video or not. I'm not sure if it's on one of the Worlds Beyond videos on my channel, but essentially we were in a very poorly organised paranormal investigation at the time. And we ended up taking charge of one of the teams. Yes, and I don't care what anyone says, the person who was supposed to be in charge of that team did not. It was like, we're going to sit around here for 3 hours, wait for ghosts to happen. And there's people sat there who's paid 50 quid to go on this ghost hunt. And then me and you put our hands up and basically go, well, we're paranormal investigators, we know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
And eventually we get asked to help some spirits, and the one who was supposed to be leading the team reports us, and security is escorting us out of the building. And the guy is turning out to me and saying, we're gonna sue you for getting rid of the ghosts because they're council property.
Please,
and I'm like, please do it. Please do it. Because first of all, you would have to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt in a court of law that ghosts exist. Secondly, you would have to accept that if they do exist, they are conscious because they are responded to you. Thirdly, there's a name for that when you are creating a situation that entraps and ensnares conscious entities. It's called slavery. So make my fucking day.
They soon changed their mind.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that is. And I know, people that have. But we had one group contact us. So when I was running Spiritual Worlds, like, we're going to go up to this cemetery. It's really, really creepy and do a Ouija board. I'm like, don't do it. For God's sake, don't do it. I said, you're going to be contacting me in a week now. And she said, can you give us a read-in first before we go up? I said, tell you what, I'll make a future prediction for you. I said, you'll be contacting me in about a week and a half now, and you'll be telling me if something happened to you up there. And I went, completely ignored me 3 weeks later. We've got a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
And I'm like, right, you're in like Scotland somewhere, so I can't help you. But do you know what I mean? So I had to find someone then that would help them. So it's literally, it might sound cool, like it's in the movies and stuff like that. A lot of this stuff that you see in the movies, it does have some basis in reality. You'd be surprised as to what has that kind of basis in reality.
There's so many paranormal stories out there. I mean, there's some genuinely bizarre stories, like the one we were talking about the other day, where the little girl fell through the wall.
Yeah, what was that?
Well, there was activity happening in the home, and I mean, this is a story, and I've listened to the woman that's told this story, and I'm fascinated by body language and stuff like that, because I just how I've always been. I just like the science of the mind and stuff like that. And this girl, I'm pretty sure she was telling the truth, and she's telling the story about a little girl that disappeared into the wall, and a sword was sticking out sort of around the skirty wood area was her feet, and she's disappeared. So she's running around the other side of the wall, and she's obviously not there. She's nowhere, but something grabbed her and pulled her through, like a shadow figure, or a man, I think, in the story. It was a long time ago I read the story, but she's trying to pull her back from nowhere, from the wall, and she pulls her back, and she eventually gets her through back onto this side after a struggle and a fight. And the girl is sitting there, and for about 45 minutes she got black eyes. She's not responding to anything. And she slowly sort of comes back to her staff, and as soon as she does, she starts sobbing and screaming and crying, and the mother's crying. And these are the type of stories. When the Rain Man story, terrifying paranormal encounter. The police were there, social services were there, there was religious figures there, doctors witnessed it, so many people witnessed it. They ended up locking the poor guy in prison, because they didn't know what to do with him. Do you know what I mean? They were so frightened of him. And it's crazy. Some of the paranormal stories out there, bizarre, and They are. They're more than movies. They're more than movies.
The black eyes thing. There's a video recently released by Security Team 10 that tells the story of this woman who moves into this neighbourhood. I'll put a link to it in the description below. But she moved into this neighbourhood, and she's in like a local supermarket, and she sees this guy. He comes up and says, "Hi, my name's so my name's Jack, say, and I've just moved into the neighbourhood. Oh, you got lovely kids, they're so cute." Kind of like starts trying to be really social, but like also awkward. And she just had this intuition, gut feeling that she shouldn't go anywhere near him, and she kind of backed the kids away. Her intuition was like, this guy's creepy, because he just had no pigmentation in his eyes whatsoever. Even the whites of his eyes were black, like. And she went out the next day and to a different supermarket. The same guy approached her again. And then he walked out, didn't purchase nothing. Both times didn't purchase nothing. And then she went back to he walked out left. She was walking on the supermarket. And then seen another guy, looked completely different, talking to another family, but had black eyes, and was talking to that family exactly the same as the person she met was talking to them. Used the same spiel, word for word.
Oh, this bizarre paranormal stories out there. I mean, there's the one Zach Vigans bought the Demon House, and the family, the social services, the police witnessed them children walking backwards up the walls and stuff. I mean, real bizarre stuff now. I mean, real talking like stuff. If somebody told you, you'd never believe them in a million years.
Yeah.
But the police witnessed this. I mean, they've talked about it on telly and the social services that were there and stuff like that. I mean, proper. There's so many crazy paranormal stories out there. I mean, this is one with the burglar who broke into that woman's house, and he starts fighting with a woman on the stairs, and the house was famously haunted, and something come out of the mirror and grabbed the guy that was attacking her, right? Now the guy, it frightened the intruder so much, he ran to the police station because he was terrified, and told the police what happened, and they went to the house, and the woman said, "Yeah, that did happen, yeah." Changed his world, like, that's how scary he was. I mean, the paranormal is bizarre. I mean, I've seen things that will change your world, that will really genuinely, like, it's an awful lot of things to get over, but
I'm trying to think, what we witnessed together that we would say was life changing. I'd probably say the one we took the boy home that was definitely life changing.
Oh, yeah. That was a bit, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was life changing.
Seen the boy I saw in the case where he was levitating, the little boy was sleeping and he was floating. That was pretty life changing. The one when I saw the guy holding a young girl in a mirror, and she was sort of like limp in his arms, in the one in Cardiff, that was crazy. That was crazy. The time when the shoe came up in it, Chris, when we had Paranormal Wales, that was pretty nuts as well. The legs, Nicophily, that blue light we filmed in the case we did together, and I said, and I didn't quite pick it up on camera.
Yeah.
But that light coming up the stairs and coming straight at me was bizarre. That was incredible.
And we had the times we have actually come up against something very, very dark.
Oh yeah.
The possession cases that we've done.
When the gentleman was possessed in his kitchen, and I saw his eyes glaze over. I saw his eyes change. That was bizarre, because I could see the reflection in the window in his eyes, and then they just glazed over. There was no reflection. They were dull, and it was so hard to describe. They misted over.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like somebody like this, you get that white colour eyes.
When we've done that before, we had that other possession that happened, and her eyes were black.
Yeah.
They were literally like, there was no whites in them, and the stare is just there's no way to explain it.
Yeah, I mean, like, a temperature drop can be so crazy. When you're in a room, as this happened to me, and there was a couple of members of my team there. When you're in a room that's about 20-30 degrees, because you are.
Is that what we did Christmas time?
No, this was when I did in Cardiff, and something came in the room and I blew, and we were sweating bullets in this house because the heating was on full blast. We were on a cold night. It was boiling in it, and out breath, just you saw out breath, and that was so bizarrely icy cold. You know, things that you witness are, you know, mind blowing. Oh, we've seen a few things. I mean, that thing that when we had the last time we went to Castle Cork, when we had a bit of a drama up there with that witch. That was crazy. Oh, we witnessed so many really life-changing things. Like,
yeah, that field,
yeah,
the electromagnetic field that we've been seeing is another one. It just keeps you scratching your head, and I think you've got to.
That time at the police station when you were holding the key to me, talking to the crowd, and as you were talking, because you had it by the side of you didn't notice to do.
No, I didn't notice.
And he was responding perfectly to your questions, and it did it in front of the crowd for about 20 minutes, which was just amazing.
That was the time that we had people talking to their family in the event we did in Cardiff. You know, so again, go network as well. Get connected with people that are. This is where I was very lucky. Is because I wanted to get into the paranormal, just kind of off.
What you mean, link with other groups? You mean?
No. I mean, like, you know, get involved with people that may be recruiting, or maybe have a little bit of.
Some people are funny. I gotta be honest. I work with other paranormal groups, quite a few, and some of them are naughty.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really do have some bizarre ways of doing investigating the paranormal. So there's a bit of a thing to that, like.
I'm just saying it because that's how I started.
Yeah.
Was I applied to an ad that you put on your website.
Yeah.
And that's how I got into it before when you initially did have Paranormal.
Yeah, if you do like you did, you come to our meeting and we talked about the things we've done and the way we do it and our beliefs, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it's all about helping people. We're in charge. It's all about helping spirit, helping people. You know what I mean? If somebody says that and you can tell they genuinely mean it, then that's something you should think about doing.
Yes.
Joining that group. It's the groups that go, we got this and we got that, we get light slashing, we got all these things and we provoke and we do Ouija boards and we do this and we do that. You know, you got to think, ooh.
Yeah.
What do you do? Do you help spirit? You got to see these are the questions you ask. What do you do?
Are you in it to, exactly. So coming back to your intentions, are you in it to help?
Yeah.
And that's, it is a calling because you're in it. You are going to attract it. We attract it to our house. You can these videos. Yeah, we had it, and that was probably that was the most life changing, and we're going to put it up on the Paranormal Now channel. Is the experiences we had here, because I saw spirits of things that were not human in this house, in this very house I'm sat in here now, and we're going to put up a modified version of it up onto the Paranormal Now channel, because you can see it firsthand, and that was my awakening into the world of the paranormal. Yeah, I'd done one case before then, and that was it. It was a calling, and I had to understand what was going on, and I had to learn about how to protect my house, how to clear my house, and if you are having paranormal activity, the same thing applies. Don't look for groups that just want to get footage. Look for groups that actually want to help as well. And obviously groups are going to want to capture as much footage as they can, but it's the approach that's important. That are they interested in you, or are they interested in the activity? Whenever someone rings me for a case, we're interested in them, and then we'll go and see the activity. Yeah. And I think that's what you got to look for, is who's interested in what. The first thing, what are you experiencing? What's been happening? How are you feeling? And offering advice, and not just like, we're going to come and document that. Then. Yeah.
When I ring people, I always say, well, you've got my number. If you ever need to call me, I might not answer straight away, but I will get back to you.
Yeah, exactly.
As soon as they have my number, they can call me anytime for any problem. Because and that's the difference. Like, if they go, we'll contact you in like 3 weeks. You got to think, are they here to help me, or are they here to help themselves?
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously they need to be there to help you.
And a lot of paranormal groups are actually out there to do that.
Yeah,
you just got to find. You just got to find the right ones. It's just like you get good and bad and whatever. Like,
Yeah.
You do.
Oh, of course you do. Yeah. I mean, I know for a woman, an American medium, and she turned up with a paranormal case I helped, and she'd gone there and she charged the family £500. She did a Ouija board, no protection at all, ate them out of the house now, and then charged them another 250 quid to stay there for the night because she said she needed to, and left him at that. Left him in a world of it.
Fucking hell.
I know. And we had to go there, and the family were in. By the time we got there, what a state. The spirit could talk through the intercom, which we actually witnessed. Do you mean she spoke through a radio at a walkie-talkies?
Was that the one who was a little girl?
Yeah, the little girl was murdered. Unbelievable activity, because this medium had gone there and stirred it up so much, stirred up the energy so much. It gave her this abundance of energy. So the stuff she was doing was incredible, laughing in the air and making handprints appear, moving objects. It was amazing. It was a crazy case. But that was.
Did you ever capture any of that?
We captured the handprints. We recorded the voice coming through the walkie-talkie. We recorded the walkie-talkie. I said, press the button 3 times, and it went tsh, tsh, tsh.
You have to see if you get hold of them. Man.
Yeah, I have to try and find them, dig them out. Yeah, we had loads of it from Paranormal. It was amazing. Some crazy stuff we did. Yeah, so, well, the dangers of paranormal investigating, I suppose, as we should get back to really, are learn about your location.
Yeah.
The history.
Yeah.
Right? Learn about spirituality and protection and what you believe in and what gives you power.
Yeah.
Right? Think about your phrasing when you're contacting spirit. Don't you know, is there anybody there is always bad.
Yeah.
Right? Only spirits are light and love, we say. Right?
Yeah.
Spirits who have good intentions and pure intentions. You know, the way you phrase it.
Yeah. And the way you think when you say it as well. Because like sometimes we'll say we're calling the spirits that reside you. We're asking about the spirits that are actually in that physical place and time.
Yeah. Don't you, if you use equipment to contact spirit, think of the way you phrase it. Protect the equipment before you use it. You got to, if you're going to use any ghost box, you always say, like a little prayer, spirits of light and love may communicate with us. You know, we always do protection prayers, don't we? So we covered it in that anyway. Right? Don't antagonise or provoke or for a response, right? Really, you shouldn't. I mean, you'll come across spirits that upset you. If you become spiritual and you become aware of spirit and you start to communicate, you will come across things that you know upset you.
Yeah.
They would have physically upset you in life as they do in spirit.
Yeah.
Right? Now, sometimes you get a little bit wound up, right?
Yeah.
And you might tell them to do one, right, in the nicest possible way.
Well, there's not very much of a nice way to say fuck off.
Yeah, but provoking as in the sense of come and do something to me. Do you mean?
Yeah.
And come and hurt me. Yeah, they will. If it does happen. Yeah. It does happen, and that, because that leaves a physical mark on you.
Yeah.
That can cause all sorts of like things to go wrong. So, I mean, and where was I going to go? And there was something else that came to me then on the dangers. I was going to go with the next, but I got lost in that little story.
Right.
What was it? We covered protection, location, checking your equipment. Oh, dangers of paranormal. If you're ever in a place where you decide to go and something really bad happens to you, right? The medium is frightening. Not something evil or anything like that. I mean, just the appearance of something or a word can whisper in your ear can scare you after death.
Yeah.
Try and center yourself and leave there calmly.
Yeah.
And controlled. Don't go blistering out there, because I know from personal experiences you will get hurt.
Yeah.
Right? Never ever go anywhere on your own. It doesn't matter how many cameras you got on it, right? because anything happens to you off camera, people have to take a word for it. And you can have some really frightening situations on your own. Right? You can get lost.
What about like lone vigils, like if you're doing a haunted house, have like one person stay in the room on them, because we've done that.
Yeah, but I'm on about going anywhere. Realistically, you should never really do anything on your own. Right? I never really done it. I don't like anybody going off on their own. I do always sort of try and round everybody up.
Yeah.
Even like in twos, if it's a group of us, if we're in a big area,
Yeah.
even twos going off, I'm not really a fan of. I'd rather us stick together, or if you plan it, it's different. Somebody wanders off. Because I personally, I had a paranormal experience where I was in an attic of an abandoned building, and the doorway I walked through disappeared, and I was in complete blackness, and there was something there with me, something approaching me and trying to touch me, and something right next to me, and it was so unbelievably scary. I can't describe it, because I was shouting, and the people who were on the outside of the building, I was sort of like just on the roof, couldn't hear me making a sound, didn't hear me screaming. That's all they see me was come running out of nowhere, and then I was screaming and falling off the roof like.
No.
Yeah. So it's like, you've got to be so careful. You should really never go anywhere in your own personally. Always have a torch with you. Most important paranormal investigator's tool in the world is your torch, because you don't want that thing going out when you're in the dark.
No.
Because, like I said, running. Best thing I do, I showed the guys, and I find this myself, is get the old parachute out, arm over shoulder to shoulder, so across the chest, and just hold yourself and center yourself like that, because that's why you jump out of a plane. You know what I mean? Most people think it's because they don't want your arms flapping about when you come out of the plane or grabbing anything. And just to keep yourself, it's like a clutch.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like somebody holding you. So, I mean, that's one technique we can try if you ever get that frightened. And if it's two of you, like with me and Martin were in the video, we go back to back. Do you mean so you covered all sides?
Yeah.
Other dangers of the paranormal. Be respectful of the location you're in as well. So if you're like a graveyard, for example, and you want to decide, you think it's a great idea to do a Ouija board, you got to think you're doing it in their resting place.
Yeah.
And how, regardless of whether they're nice people or not, how they perceive it, how you'd feel about if somebody done something in the place you dwell. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and they can get the ump, and they will maybe do things that will cause you, to have a really bad experience. So always be mindful of the location.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And how you would treat that location in accordance. Like, so if you go to a military one, you know what I mean? Have that respect like you would.
Yeah.
So, that's another one you can try and do. Another danger of the paranormal is sometimes these things affect you. And they don't have a real physical outcome.
Yeah.
So you might not actually know something's wrong with you, right? And as I don't know if we've mentioned this in other videos, these things have a real effect on you psychologically.
Yes.
So they will affect your sleep.
Yeah.
How you feel about yourself when you look in the mirror.
As we mentioned it in the video.
Yeah, they will affect your overall demeanour, right? Because they will magnify the sort of things you don't really normally, you sort of think about and put away. They will magnify the darkness in it, really. And so you need to watch out for things like that. That's another danger of paranormal, because they can be so sneaky and manipulative.
If you are in that situation, do seek help.
Yeah. Do
seek help from people, and try and find people out there who are versed in like healing. There are some techniques out there. Crystals are good. Like salt bath is a good one. Like healing, blessing water. Is a brilliant one. Sage, doing a smudge of the house. Crystals in the corner of the house. Onions, great for negativity. These are all things that you can use if you feel you are under attack. But also what you got to remember, right, and this will be in the video that is coming up very shortly, it either would have, as I said, we're pre-recording this, it either would be going out. No, this will be coming out tomorrow. So from when you're hearing this now, this video will be coming out tomorrow. It's going to be called, we're going to have something about extra dimensionals in the title, because that is basically what we both saw in the house. After the case that you're going to see in these 3 videos coming up now, what I was going through, the hardest part is in part 3, there is a part where Sam channels a spirit guide, and she says you have to go in there and clean that house out and have 100% faith that it is going to work. And when that's happened, you're gonna have to just treat it as normal as possible. I just treat it because what you'll have is you'll have normal things happen to you, but you'll think it's paranormal because it's still fresh in your mind, because you've still recently been scared from it. And that was something that happened to me after these videos that we put up. Unless we say otherwise, these are genuine cases. They're not prefabricated. They're not just done on a whim. They're not created. These are events as we believe they have happened to us, and they are wholeheartedly. There'll be a part which took place a couple of weeks after this event on part 3 of this video that will show the amount of spirit activity we had in this house a few weeks later, which was extremely positive. We had loads of light anomalies and different things happening, and that's all going to be in part 3 of this video. It's going to be coming up on this channel very soon. So it is what I'm trying to get at is you always got to keep a level head, and you've always I will always go towards the spiritual or the paranormal or like my belief system, but I always like that balance. I always like that sort of sounding board. Someone who doesn't quite believe it, they can ask the questions I wouldn't think to ask. And I think that if you're going to work with a team, make sure it's well balanced. Make sure there's people on there, and that's what works for us, doesn't it? You know, we've got mediums on our teams. We've got some people who are more technical minded, that are interested in the phenomena but don't necessarily believe it's spirit. And we've got people who are in between. So, that is a good spectrum. And we've got people from other sort of belief systems that we work with, or, so it's good to have a good spectrum of people to work with and learn from, because you don't have to agree on everything, but at least if you can agree, on some of the things, and just agree that, you are decent people and you're fun to get along with, that's enough. That's enough when you are working with a team of people, and be dedicated to it. I am dedicated 100% to the paranormal. I'm dedicated to it because I want to help spirit, and I want to help. I want to help other people. It's just something I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
It is. So, anything final thoughts, my friend, as we're going near to that time now?
Yeah. No, like I said, if you do go on a paranormal investigation, or you do go anywhere paranormal, and you start to experience these sort of really weird mood swings straight after it, really you need to either speak to someone in the know, or you need to do something to counteract these effects, or learn what does lift negative energies off you and stuff like that.
Music,
like they said, the sage and different things you can do. You need to learn, really super important, because like I said, these things do affect us, and they do try and like I say, and I'll say it again, things you see you can't unsee.
You'll be listening to the Now Debate. I am Jared Waters, and my good friend joining me, founder of Paranormal Now, Richard Oliver. You can find out more from us, or if you are experiencing paranormal activity within your home, or you would like to possibly arrange a paranormal investigation at your venue, maybe as a future event, go to www.paranormalnow.co.uk for more information, and obviously subscribe to this channel for all the videos that we've been talking about coming up We've got some amazing videos on the horizon. We've got the Castle Cork one coming. We've got the haunting, the house haunting that I personally lived through coming out. We're gonna have a really good case that we did involving a distress spirit causing some real physical activity. For the first time we ever tried the Portal app. That's going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks. We've got some spectacular footage that we still would like to show you guys, and it's all going to be coming out in the next few weeks. We're off tomorrow, so it would have been last Friday. From you guys' point of view, we're off to do another investigation, and we're hoping to get some answers from that investigation, maybe as to some of the other ongoing investigations that we've been doing. And then it'll be back to the grindstone. We'll catch you next week for another Now Debate. So again, subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. What do you think? Have you encountered any dangers from paranormal investigating? Do you want to be a paranormal investigator? Do you have any questions? We'd love to do a quick Q&A with you guys at some point, so please leave your questions below and we will do a video response to these questions. You can also, as I said, like the video, click the bell next to the subscribe button to get notified when we upload. We upload at least 3 to 4 times a week. You have been listening to the Now Debate. I'm Jared Walters.
I'm Richard Oliver.
And we'll see you very, very, very soon. You take care of yourselves now.